Okay, so what I'm going to be sharing now is a induction to sponsoring. So if you're looking at building a team of your own, if you've had some information already, or whether this is something you're just wanting to have a little look at and see what it involves, this is a basic breakdown of how building a team works in this business. So first of all, why build a team? Well, it all starts with you, okay, and you do earn a great commission from the sales that you do by yourself. So this is an example of how you earn your money in the business through retail. So you have 20% from the Clean Easy commission, 15% from Care Life commission, and 10% from any internet specials that come out. So here's an example of you retailing £1,000 in a 4-week period. That's going to give you the 10% bonus level, and you're going to earn from that. If it's all Clean Easy, you're going to earn a retail commission of £206 and a retail bonus of £62. So £268 in the 4-week period, which is great. It's part-time income. This is retailing £35 every single day, and that's going to give you that as a part-time income. Another example, if it was all K-Life, you're going to earn £202. So you can build that as big as you want as regards with retail, and you can obviously retail a lot more than that. But I'm going to go through now what happens if you build a team. So let's just say there's you in the middle and you're doing your £1,000 worth of retail every 4 weeks like you did before. But then around you, you then introduce this business to other people. So this could be friends, family, people from adverts, and you've got 10 other people here and you showed them how to do what you've done. So you showed them how to sell £35 worth of sales every day, which is £1,000 a month. And you are now what we call a gold business. Okay, so you're going to have the highest bonus level of 24%. So this team turnover is a turnover of £11,000. So you're going to get from this, if it was all done through Clean Easy, 20%. Then you've got your retail commission of £206, the same as it was before. That's no different. You still get that from your sales. Your retail bonus of the retail you personally done has gone up from £62 to £150 because you're now at a higher bonus level. But then the interesting one here is your team bonus. You're going to get a team bonus of £877. That's £1,233 income at the end of the month, and you haven't retailed any more yourself. You've still only retailed the £1,000 like you did before. But now you've shared this opportunity with other people, you've now earned yourself, £1,233. That's a full-time income, which again is still part-time hours, because this is something that still can be done on a part-time basis. Again, if it was all K-Life, your income would be £927, which is still, again, a full-time income. So where do you start with all of this? If you want to look at this now and you want to give this a go, well, there's so many ways out there with the internet to share this opportunity. Have you ever recommended a good restaurant to friends and family, or a movie? You go somewhere, you watch a film and you tell everyone about it, and it's just the same, only this way you're actually getting paid for recommending this opportunity. You're just sharing a great idea. So there's lots of different platforms that you can do that online. Facebook is a fantastic one. This is where we have advised that you start with this now, and that's Facebook buying and selling sites. Okay, so the thing with the Facebook buying and selling sites is it's people that are looking to buy things, obviously, so you're going to sell your items, but it's also people looking for opportunities. People who didn't know they were looking, who just may see your advert and find it appealing. They might just be wanting something to do or can see the opportunity. So this is where we teach our system, is to advertise on buying and selling sites. So this is our system. Now, we recommend that you're going to get to a level where you're posting 50 to 60 adverts a day spread out throughout the day. You're going to join 10 selling groups every single day. So you've always got fresh eyes seeing your ads all the time, and it doesn't matter how many groups you're in. I'm in thousands and I still join 10 a day. You're going to speak to 15 people every single day about this opportunity, and you're going to keep your Facebook active. Now, I'm going to go through each one of these. Now, first of all, the 50 to 60 adverts a day. This is your limit, and this includes anything you're selling as well. So depending on whether you're at a stage where you feel like you've built a good customer base in your selling group and you don't need to put as many on the buy and sell sites now, so you could then do more recruiting efforts. But it's very important that we build up to this. So you don't come in brand new and instantly start doing this. You would ease yourself in, maybe starting at 10 a day and moving up. We recommend that you spread these out throughout the day. Groups of 2 or 3 is a good way of trying to keep under the spam and radar. We also recommend that you have 4 adverts that you use in a day for recruiting. 2 with pictures, 2 without. This helps you from getting a ban. It comes so that you're not a spammer. It's a good way of staying under the radar. So that's really important. The good times are early mornings and evenings. They're when people are browsing the phone and browsing through the groups more than they are through the day. Although through the day you still get lots of people interested as well, but they tend to be the peak times. Okay, join 10 selling groups a day. You know, just put in your search bar, if you're not in many, then just put in your search bar some keywords like sell or buy or sale. You know, all these different words, you know, putting in town names. A good way of finding out town names is to put in Google train station names, and it comes up with loads and loads of towns, and then you then put them towns in Facebook and find a group. Okay, speak to 15 people a day every day. Now, if you're not getting enough people coming through your adverts, then you need to use a bit of initiative on this, and you know, maybe speak to people that you know about the business. But if you can speak to 15 people every single day, your business can only snowball, and you will become a gold business, you know, quickly if you keep this activity level up. And then keeping your Facebook active, this is the key. Now, if you're following our system, this will be part of your system that you follow, because when you are sponsoring and when you are doing a lot more ads than you usually do, then you are more likely to pick up a Facebook restriction. And this is where you need to keep your Facebook reach very high. So things like sharing videos, you know, sharing funny videos, sharing some quotes, posting some pictures, maybe pictures going out for tea with the kids, doing recommendations, you know, when you click the recommendations and people comment, you know, even if it's something like anyone recommend a good nail varnish or a good takeaway or somewhere that sells nice wallpaper, whatever it is that you can think of to do that. Doing check-ins anywhere you go, check-in at the cinema, check-in at the supermarket, check-in anywhere, because Facebook like you using these tools and it gives you a better Facebook reach. Trying to generate lots of likes and comments on your own timeline is the key, because you're not coming across as a spammer. You know, change your Facebook profile picture, change your background picture, comment and like on some of the groups that you're in. Just try and keep it as active as possible, and that will help. Okay, that will definitely help with keeping the restriction down. If you do get a restriction, which it happens, you know, don't stress over it. Just maybe work on your warm market a little bit more. Maybe go back over previous messages that you've spoken to people. Just try and do your 15 a day, no matter what, and then you will build a great momentum that will keep your business growing. So here's an example of some adverts. These are some that we've used in the past that have worked really, really well. So there's some in the Team Can Sell sponsoring guide. There is some on there. But feel free to make your own. Be creative. Find a good advert. If you can find a good advert that gets you a big response, then you may not even need to do 60 adverts a day. Because sometimes I might only post 10 in the morning, 10 in the evening, and still get enough to make sure I'm getting my 15 a day. So it's just having a play around with this and working what's best for you. Now, your warm market is a great way to sponsor people in, and it's probably the best way, because what your warm market is people that you already know. Now, these people already trust you, yeah? So it's a good way to get to do that. And what we say with our warm market is we're not pushy. We don't go pushing people away. We don't want to be one of them mums that everyone's avoiding at the school because you're trying to show your opportunity. You know, we know it's not for everyone, and we want people to come to us. That is the key. All right, so get excited, be excited about this business, and make sure you're getting that across on Facebook. Drip feed information to people all the time. Make sure they're in your selling group. If you've got a team success stories group like we have, make sure you're in there and you've got people in there. You know, something where the information is going across and they're going to come to you. Okay? People want to buy you and your lifestyle. So don't be a complainer. Don't be someone who puts on Facebook all the time about how, you know, I've known people join this business and then put on their status, oh, people are messing me about now with deliveries. You know, that's not a good way for people to want to look at your business, is it? Because they're going to think, oh, I won't do that, what they're doing, because people are messing them about with deliveries. You know, so make sure you're getting across how much you're loving this, the perks it's giving you, the fun it's giving you, the friendships, all of that, because that's what people want to buy. So always be positive on your timeline. It's major. Show what the business is doing for you. All right, so you know, for us, when we won our first trip to Jamaica, this particular picture of me on the beach with my pina colada definitely got on me a lot of interest. It got us our gold leg, Clerk Pemberton. She saw this advert and thought, you know what, if they can do it, I can do it. And it's something that's definitely helped us along the way. Even if you've not yet won any trips, make sure you're getting across the things that you're going for. So incentives that are constantly running in the company, make sure you're sharing them. Whenever you get a certificate, you know, something that's out there, put it on there, how excited you are. Or like the picture here when I'm sat in the back garden. I wasn't working in the back garden because the computer screen, the glare and the sun and all that was a bit of a nightmare. So I wasn't out there, but I took the opportunity when I saw the sun and I saw people on Facebook complaining about being stuck in an office or a factory or having to get up and go out to work on a lovely day. I used that opportunity to go out there and say, wow, I love my business working from home on days like this. That particular picture got me so much interest because people looked at that and thought, I want a bit of that. I don't want to go to work in the office anymore. So make sure you're getting that across because this is the type of thing that really works. This is a great way to contact your warm market in a very indirect way. So it's without you, you know, asking them and then feeling pressure to want to join you. It's, hi Jane, just a quick message to see if you know anyone interested in earning some extra cash. My online business is booming and we're crying out for more reps to keep up with the band. If you do, can you send them my way? Thanks, on. And that's the thing we're sending out. And the responses we get from that, you know, can vary from things like, yeah, no problem, if I know anyone, I'll pass them your way. Yeah? Or no, I don't know anyone, but if I do, I'll let you know. Or, yeah, you know what, I'd be interested in this myself. So that's the type of thing that we're going through. We're going to go through lots of people that, yes, some are interested, some are not, but it avoids the awkwardness. Because if they are that person that is not interested, you don't feel like, oh God, what we're going to say to her, I don't want to do this. And it just becomes hard, but if it's indirect, it's a great way to do it. Some other places to advertise, well, shop adverts, business cards, flyers, job sites. You know, there's so many free job sites you can advertise on the internet. You know, you can stick flyers through people's doors, you know, stand outside a football match when the games, they're all coming out, give the flyers out. Same with the business cards, leave them round everywhere. You know, a good one is going into the shops, putting them in coat pockets, so people, when they're in there, they see it. You know, leaving them in between the menus in the restaurants. A good one I do is leaving them in the cash machine, actually where the card goes, because they've got to take it out to put their card in, and then they'll see that sign that says need extra cash. There's so many ways out there that you can do that. You know, stick some adverts in your local chippy in your shop. Some shops might charge you 20p a week or something like that. Just give it a go. There's so many ways that you can get this opportunity about. Then you want to build up momentum, okay? If you speak to people every day about your business, it will snowball, and that is a fact, okay? The quicker you do it, and the more people you speak to them, the quicker this will happen. We go through stages when building our team, okay? And I'm going to go through them stages now. The first step, stage one, is your building stage. Now, this lasts around 4 to 6 weeks minimum, okay? This is where your momentum is only starting to build up. You're going to do the work every single day. You're going to speak to 15 people every day. You're going to get all this information out. Yet you're probably not yet going to sign anyone up. You're not going to get a team member yet. This is normal. This is how it works. So you've got to make sure you're giving it time. So many people get halfway through this stage and say to me, you know what? I've sent out loads of information and no one yet joined. Well, that's because you don't yet. You join after about 6 weeks. So please don't give up in that stage, no matter how many people you've spoken to in that 6 weeks. Keep going. 6 weeks is when you start to get people come back who you've spoken to 6 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and it all just starts to build. So patience is needed in this stage, guys. So please stick with it. Don't come and say it's not working unless you've done it. And the trick to this is you have to do it every single day. So when we say speak to people every single day and do the activity, it has to be every day. If you take a week off, then you are starting all over again, okay? And you're going to start your 6 week stage all over again. So we only want to start once, don't we? Because it's always harder to stop, start, because that stage will just go on forever. So be consistent. It doesn't take long to do this with Facebook. It's just copying and pasting. You can copy and paste, you can do this business. You're just copying information to people, okay? So it's not hard work to get to this stage. Then we've got stage 2, which is your loading stage. So all the hard work that you put in the last 6 weeks is now going to start paying off. Your team is starting to build. But it's important to keep this topped up, okay? Because we get what's called the leaky bucket. So the leaky bucket is when some people come and then they go, okay? It's normal. Don't beat yourself up if you get someone who says they can't do it. It's not for them and they leave. That's fine. We need to keep this stage going as long as we can. It's entirely up to you how long you keep it going for, but the longer the better. You need to be loading your team up with new members constantly. I recommend at least 6 a period, okay? If you can build 6 a period, you will get yourself to gold, okay? If you don't want to do 6 a period, then that's okay, because you're still going to earn an income as you're going along. But if you want to build yourself a gold income, if you want to get to that full-time income stage, then you need to be doing at least, as a minimum, 6 people every period. And then some will stay, some won't, okay? I've found, on average, if you bring in 6 people, 4 will probably leave. So you will have 2. Now, if you do that every single month, yeah, at the end of the year, you've got a good, solid team there where you've kept 2 a month every month. And then they will then go on and build their own team. And this is where your business will then ripple out. They will all start building their team. You teach that on, you're going to get 2 stickers every single month. The end of the year, end of the following year, the end of the following year, your business is just going to explode. It can't go any other way, guys. It's pure fact. The numbers will always speak for themselves. Then we've got stage 3, and this is where I call it the juggling stage. So you've got juggling, coaching, supporting, and learning. Looking after your team, pointing them towards information and starting to get organised. Now, this is something that comes with time and practice. I really don't believe that someone joins on day 1 and we expect them to start recruiting on day 1, which we do. So we can't expect them to suddenly become a great coach and a great leader. So don't stress if you don't know all the information of the business, because it comes with time. The more you're bringing people in, the experience will come. And what you lack in experience, you will make up in numbers. So this is where if you're bringing lots of people in and you're going through lots of numbers, your experience will come. You will then start to make that up and your business will grow. But the main thing is just become a signpost. All you need to do is get good at pointing people in the information in the right direction. So they join up, you get them in the group chats, you get them in the Matrix group, the Vista group, the Pick For You group, the Clean Easy Success group. You get them to the key meetings, and the biggest one I'd say is probably the most important is you get them on the Zoom meetings, because we have a regular Zoom meeting every Monday night where there's always information that they can pick up. You get them around that and they will want to stay. If you get them seeing what you see in this business, they will stick, okay? Get them on the webinars, get them to the showcases. The more people you have to showcase sat with you, the bigger your business will grow. Now, have your tracker, have an activity tracker somewhere that keeps you up to date, so you know that you're posting your ads every day. You're doing your sales every day, you're joining your groups, okay? You're keeping in touch with the amount of people you've spoken to each day. Keep that going. But then also track your new people. Especially when you're bringing in lots, you need to make sure you're keeping that track. So, have you sent them all the information? Have you got them in the right groups? Have you hit the first welcome rewards? Have they posted in their groups yet? Have you had the first sale yet? All that type of stuff is something for you to just be able to look at a glance and check that your people are on track. Be organised, okay? Have all responses saved on your phone. so that when someone replies to your advert, you've just got it ready, just copying and pasting. Okay, have copies of the catalogue link saved to your phone, you can send it to them. Have frequently asked questions saved to your phone. Again, these things, they're all in the sponsoring guide. There's lots of frequently asked questions like how much money do you earn? It's all in there, and you will just copy and paste. Have pictures of products saved so you can instantly send them over. Most importantly, have the sign-up links saved so that you've got them when they say yes, they're interested, you just copy and paste the link. Have the groups that have your group links there so that you can say, come and have a little look and browse over what I do. Build relationships with your new people, get to know them, be interested, not interested. Build friendships, be truthful. If you're brand new at this and you do not know what you're doing, then you tell them that. All you've got to say is, you know what, I'm so new at this myself, but together we'll both learn and I'll go and find out any information you need and just work together on it. So some top tips that I think is try new ways of advertising all the time, find what works for you. Create a need and a want, okay? So you could be posting things like, oh gosh, I know I want a summer holiday this year. Well, I could get you some money that can help you get a summer holiday this year, you know, things like that. Don't overload new people. When they join, your key purpose is to just get them to create a sale. So don't go and tag them in every, you know, post in the group and every single how to do a return, how to place an order, how to do a drop ship, how to do a direct to PayPal. You don't need to know all that. You just tag them in the pin post on the Matrix group and tag them in the pin post on the Picks for You group. All they have there then is how to go and generate a sale, and that's all they need to know. They'll drip feed the information on a need-to-know basis when they get to that stage. Learn as much information as you can about this business and become an expert. One thing they'll say though is don't necessarily be a follower, be a student. So take it all on, learn from it, and you work this business how you want to work it. But we don't need to reinvent the wheel. Everything is done for us there, and it's working. It's a proven system. But put your own spin on things if you want to, and just learn what works well for you. Get good at getting your people on webinars, events, meetings, Zooms, and your business will grow. That is probably the biggest tip I'll give you of them all, is just get people on the Zooms, because we'll do the rest for you then. If you get them around us, we will then convince them, we'll show them, not that we need convincing, actually that's the wrong word, we'll show them what this business is all about, and we'll then, you know, get them educated and then wanting to do more. So everything that you need is in the success the sponsoring group. All the template adverts, all the template responses, all the frequently asked questions, everything that you need is in there. So if you want to speak to your sponsor about this, if you've got any more questions about this, then please do so, or if you want to contact myself. Thanks, guys.